What up YouTube, your boy the Flying Spanner here. Today we have a Caribbean model airport construction update, I'm going to say, because it's not a full airport update. I've just put the models out on it so you can kind of see how it looks with the models on. I could probably pass it, to be honest. I could probably get away with doing model updates now. A lot's probably changed since the last video. I don't think I've actually watched the last video, or it's been that long since I did the last construction update. I forgot what stage of construction it was at. As far as I'm aware, there was nothing really done. So apart from kind of like the flocking, and I think I covered the flocking. So, well, a lot's changed since then. Hello. So, made the terminal. So the terminal's kind of, well, pretty much all constructed. So this time I used styrene sheets. Let me just show you the ones I used. So like these evergreen. So if you just type in on eBay, evergreen styrene sheets, you'll probably get something like this. And the thickness I used was, so that's the roofing. These all item numbers should correlate to the relevant ones. So the roofs are all that metal roofing. I should have an empty bag of plain. There we go. So yeah, I used the 90/30 plain 0.75 thickness, because I found when I used the 1 mil thick, it was just that little bit harder to cut, whereas this stuff is a tiny bit easier, tiny bit easier to use. That's kind of the metal roofing that I've used, and then the sidewalk, and then that's what I've used for the pavements, because it's kind of squarey, adds to a bit of depth. So if we go a bit closer into it, I've used like a reflective sheet. So typed it on, I think it was Amazon, reflective A5 reflective sheets, and I've just kind of stuck those behind. And for the little doors, just a little piece of styrene, just another little sheet of styrene just behind there, and just coloured it in black. Quite happy with how it looks. I wasn't, initially when I saw the main terminal, I was like, oh, have I made a mistake here? Like I'm not ecstatic over the how the back of the terminal looks, but generally I think it looks okay. It's not as creative as I thought I was going to get. See there, it's just a bit plain and simple. I've put a little sheet of clear plastic to act as glass there, but still not overly sure on how I feel about that. Overall, pretty happy with how the terminal looks, and the actual design of the terminals come a little bit different to what I initially planned. So I initially thought I was going to have like a terminal square out here, come all the way down here and cover this area, because I wasn't too sure what I was going to do with this kind of little add-on bit, kind of add-on board that I've got. But because I've decided to keep the stands going straight rather than I was going to have them come off at an angle and start following, I thought it was best just to leave it that way, because at least it's parallel, well, would be parallel with the runway, which I think looks better. And also I very much doubt I'd expand, purely because, well, there's not really much to expand to. I will just ask anyone in the comments or any ideas what to put in this little area. I'm just thinking of putting like maybe a lounge bit up here. I've seen in Punta Cana they have like a VIP lounge that has like a little infinity pool and stuff overlooking the ramp. So I thought that was quite cool. And I might go for that idea kind of around here, but not too sure what to put in this space. Also into this little space, I think I might put like where you go and find out your transfers and stuff. So that would be departures, and this kind of car park could be arrivals. Planning, I've bought some coaches from 4D Model Shop, and I'll probably make a little coach park down there. In that little corner is where we're going to have a little tower. Still working on the design for that and see how it's going to look. Overall, think I don't think I even did any of the water or the beach. So the idea is, hence why it's so offset, was to have loads of water, because I think it looked quite cool for pictures to have some kind of water in it. And that was kind of the idea of the airport, was to be quite based on this big lump of water. So the sand's down, and to be fair, I haven't lost much of it. I think I painted all of that bit yellow, so it kind of covers nicely anyway. Then I've got loads of little rocks over here, and I'm really happy with how all the water and how this bit's panned out. So I used the Atlantic gel, I think it was Atlantic. The only issue I'm finding with it is all these little brown bits is where I've left kind of card or something on it for a prolonged period. So it does come off. It's a bit sticky, but where I've left card on it for a longer period, it's actually stuck to it, which is a shame, because I think it has pretty much lost its tackiness now, but it's not half as tacky as what it was. I think it was when I first did it, and it had cured, but it was still proper tacky, and obviously it's made bits stick. And also the water effect along the coastline, I'm really happy how that's panned out. Like I said, with how that rock looks, I think it looks really cool, because it looks like it's kind of bubbling up as such, along with the waves. I think from a distance it does look pretty, and it's got that kind of matty shine on it, which looks good. I tried something, had a little bit of dirt weathering powder. That hasn't gone so well down here. But this is kind of like a little beach shack kind of restaurant thing, that kind of suits well there. I might be able to add another building here, because that's normally the car park, and that'd be the car park for the beach. And yeah, the car parks aren't finished. You can see I've lost quite a lot of the flock, so not loads of it, but just enough, especially on these bits where I only did a single layer. The double layer is not so bad, but really happy with the outcome. Hopefully it won't be too long. I just want to kind of get the majority of, I definitely want to get that corner bit finished. I don't think, I was going to put a fence up, but seeing how my Australian airport and that thing's fence has gone, for the time being, I don't think I'll put a fence up, purely because it just gets utterly destroyed. Where I'm taking out the board, and especially this one's going to be stored under the bed, so getting it out is quite tight. Of course, all the buildings are detachable and stuff, which is better. And I think definitely the way I've done it, it'll be kind of not the best looking, but it'll be one of my favourite airports so far. I know what you're after. There's cotton buds on the top of the desk, which I know you want to take. Has she got one? No. Honestly, don't buy a cat toys. Buy them cotton buds. Here's cotton bud. And hours of fun. Jesus. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this weathering has gone, so I've just got it here. I only used a tiny bit at a time. It's WWS Scenery's weathering powder black soot. Dead easy to apply. Just get an old sock, kind of dip your finger in it a little bit, kind of wipe off the excess, because otherwise if you go straight in you'll get like really dark spots, which I found out here because I started here and kind of worked my way around. But yeah, happy with how that looks. I think it does add a good element to it. I put it around the roads a little bit, and I do just need to go over like all the ramps and stuff to see how they look. As I said, I'm still not complete. Like, I don't know. I was originally going for boarding gates via like stairs and stuff. I'm just going to try and get some 3D printed like passenger ramps that you see in the Caribbean, rather than steps, which I think will look better. I'm also going to find my old Gemini jet bridges, because I don't want to buy a box and realise, oh yeah, I'm not going to use them, because then I've wasted the money buying a box. I might have a little look at jet bridges, because I definitely know there's room for them to come onto the airport. But yeah, we'll see. As I said, happy with it so far. Hopefully it won't be too long before any updates. And I can't really say when the next UK and Australian update will be, because I'm not too sure, as per usual. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the update, and thank you very much for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Have a very good weekend, and have a good day. Adios and goodbye.